Hi, welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to share how we made $151,000 in sales for a new client across 2 months. So this was from complete zero to 151K in revenue over 2 months. Just to show you now, we are 15 days into the month, and you can see here on their WooCommerce, you can see that we've done $69 to nearly $70,000 in the first 15 days of this month. So it's going really well. Last month we did just around 50, 60K, and then there's a little bit of the previous month as well, which kind of takes it up to that 2 month total, where again, we did the kind of remainder of that revenue. So what has enabled us to take this client from literally zero all the way up to 151,000 in turnover over literally 2 months, give or take a couple of days. In this video, I'm going to reveal the exact strategy. I'm going to go into the Meta ad account, show you everything that we've been doing, and hopefully you can take some of these principles and apply them to your own business. Now, to start off with, I want to talk about what makes this business unique and what makes it possible for this business to transact that much volume and actually scale that quickly, because not all of our clients are capable of doing that. And it comes down to a few key factors that I'm going to list out right now. The first is high margin. So this business has about a 70 to 80% profit margin on every single sale, which is pretty good. There are other costs involved obviously in the business, but just in terms of the product that they actually sell versus the cost to deliver that, we're looking at around a 70 to 80% margin. The second point is quite a high average order value, or AOV. So this business, the lowest, the cheapest kind of product that someone can buy is around like $150, and it goes all the way up to $3,500 as well for the kind of higher priced product. That again, not many people are buying that, but it's got a very large range in terms of the average order value, and it was sitting as an average around the $400 to $500 mark for the duration and kind of what we've seen so far since launching it. So we weren't entirely sure where it was going to start. What people are going to buy the lower ticket items, were they going to buy the high ticket items? It seems to be sitting around that 400 to 500 mark. And in fact, if I pull up my management spreadsheet here, I probably won't share this just because it has a lot of sensitive data, but the average order value for January, which we're 15 days into, is $405. And December was about 300-ish, and then 400-ish for the few days in November we ran it. So it's sitting around that 400 mark really as an average order value, which again is really good because it means that when someone does make a purchase, we're getting quite a lot of revenue in. It's very different to some of the other clients that we have where each sale is potentially something like $50 or $100. This is obviously something that is a little bit higher in AOV, which is very positive. The next is LTV. So although we've only been running this business and this project for around 60 days, we're already seeing customers repeat purchase. And that's because the nature of this business is that the product they offer is something that people are going to buy over and over again. So this is not a business where you're going to buy a product, maybe wait 30, 60, 90 days before rebuying. And that creates a very long time frame between first purchase and LTV coming into the business, and potentially there's more purchases that happen over 12 months. With this company, the customer base is actually buying again and again and again within a very, very short time frame. Sometimes it's within days, sometimes it's within weeks. But the point is, it's a product that they can buy over and over again, and it has a high average order value. So we're dealing with something here that once we get a customer, they're able to buy over and over again. This means that we can leverage email, as well as obviously all the pay media. We can leverage email heavily to get some of that revenue into the business, and we don't have to wait for a very long time to see that materialize. That's again a really positive with this business. It sets it up for success. The next is demand. So the actual product that this client sells is something that is in demand in the marketplace. There is a need for it. There is a lot of buyer intent. We're not just selling the same thing as everyone else. There is a USP, and this product is something that is in demand in terms of the category. There are people buying from the competitors with a lot of scale, and we know this. When they are presented through advertising with another option, it's enabled those customers to come into this business, even though it's new, and it's helped that ramp up quite quickly. The final piece is ad spend. So this client has a very flexible budget. We were able to spend quite a lot in the first 30 days. So we were able to spend about 30,000 from zero in the first 30 days, which again was really good. We scaled up, started with a few $100s a day, scaled it up to over $1,000 a day. We're now spending about $2,000 a day for this client, so about 60K per month is the sort of sitting point where it's at right now. We intend to scale it far beyond this, as we progress throughout the next kind of weeks and months. So working really well in that sense. And because this client had a decent budget, we were able to again execute on a strategy, which I'm going to show you in a second inside the ad account, that was actually able to get these results. Okay, so diving into the ad account, I've selected 2 campaigns. It's about maybe 5 to 6 campaigns in the account. Some were more just one-off short campaigns we ran for like Black Friday, things like that. These are the 2 kind of more evergreen campaigns, if you like. So you can see here the account structure. We have an EU campaign and a UK campaign. I'm just going to pick on the UK campaign. That's been running a little bit longer. You can see since the 9th of November 2023. So if I click on this one, I want to show you a few things. So we are running a very simplified ad account structure. We have one campaign per location. Now inside that campaign, we have ad sets that are all grouped by creative concept. Okay, so what we've done here, all of these are broad. So if I just click on one of these, and I just scroll down to the targeting, okay, you can see here we've got the budget. So this one's at $800 a day. And if we scroll down some more, you can see just locations is United Kingdom. We've got 20 to 64, we're recommending men, and that's it. We're not doing any other custom audiences, we're not doing any other interest-based, anything, nothing like that, okay? Here you've got Advantage Plus placement, so the actual structure is very, very simplistic, okay, in terms of the ad account. So if I click into one of these ad sets, you can see here we've got 4 videos. So these are all grouped by a concept. So this is specifically the business owner talking about the business offering in video format, okay? And all of these follow a similar structure, so they're all grouped together as one ad set. You can see here Meta has biased most of the spend towards video 3, so that's spend about 18 grand out to 25. You can see that's got the most purchases as well at a fairly decent cost per purchase by comparison to the rest. So each of these ad sets are literally just different creative concepts, okay? So some of them are groups of images, some of them are groups of videos, but all they are is they're all broad ad sets and they're just a specific kind of reason why we think someone's gonna buy, a specific concept, a specific hook about the business. They all follow that same structure. So we can kind of see, okay, what messaging is actually getting sales, what messaging is not working. And you can see some of these ones. This one here, for example, one purchase at $764. Pretty expensive by comparison to 30 purchases at $199, okay? Again, I mentioned earlier the average order value is around 400 at the moment, so £700 a sale, or $700 a sale, sorry, is way outside of KPIs, taking into consideration margin and everything else, whereas 30 purchases at 199 is much, much better there, okay? So just something to bear in mind. And there's loads of different, this one's got even more volume, it's a bit more expensive, $277 a sale at the moment, but we've had 93 sales. So again, this is also just the reported results on Meta. So as well as taking into consideration what Meta is saying, we are also stripping the data out, taking the actual sales, day-to-day store sales, and putting them in a sheet against day-to-day spend. And that is giving us our true ROAS for the day, for the week, for the month. So we're able to see, okay, right, what is the business running at? And because the business relies so heavily on paid media, it's these sorts of customers, it's a very accurate way of us seeing, okay, what's actually happening here? Are we able to continue spending? Are we not? What are the numbers looking like? So very early days for this client, but I think it's very relevant to share this and a lot of great progress. And the key kind of takeaways here is simplified ad account structure, broad targeting. Even though this business is fairly niche, I would say this isn't a mass market product by any means. However, we're still going broad because Facebook is obviously able to find the customers that we want, and it's putting the ads in front of the right people for us without us needing to set the targeting. I've covered this in many other videos, and it's a very widely known now way of doing targeting that we definitely lean into as an agency. So just for context, this is the EU campaign. So a little bit cheaper cost per sale. It's been running for a little bit less time and a little bit less volume, obviously just because it's spent less, but the actual cost per result is a little bit better over in the EU. And some of these ad sets are stuck in learning limited. Just means that what's happened is they don't have quite enough data yet to exit that learning phase. So as we get more purchases, as we're able to spend more, and the CPA is looking good, so we're able to do that, but we scale up our daily spend, it will enable these ad sets to exit the learning phase, and we should see a bit more stability in the cost per result as well. So looking positive there. So summary in terms of the ad account structure, very simple, focusing on broad targeting, creative testing, and what's really enabling this business to scale, to grow and scale, is everything that I mentioned before I jumped into the ad account. So it's all the factors of the business that actually mean this is scalable. And then we're doing things that are not related to Meta or paid media at all. We're also doing a lot of email marketing, which we're handling for this client. And again, that is really assisting in the growth of that revenue. We are also doing Google paid advertising as well. So we've done YouTube, which we found way less effective than the Meta ads, and a variety of Google search placements as well. Again, that's actually not functioning as efficiently as the paid Meta campaign. So we're focusing most of the budget on Meta. I would say it's like 90% Meta, 10% Google at the moment. But again, that is a piece we want to keep a presence in, and we'll be refining as we progress with this client. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of it. See how you could apply some of those principles at the beginning to your own business or your clients' businesses, because that is going to enable you, it's going to set you up correctly for growth. And obviously some of the account structures that I spoke about in terms of what we're doing on Meta, apply those to your business as well, because they're what we're seeing work across a range of accounts, not just for this client. Thanks very much. Please subscribe and like this video. There is also a link in the top of the description if you want to work with me and my agency. I run a marketing company. We're based in Bournemouth. We have full-time staff who manage our client accounts. We work with a limited number of clients at one time to really grow and expand their revenue through paid media, email, and creative services. So if you're interested in that, just book a call. We can discuss it and we'll go from there. Thanks very much.